Alright, here's our California. It's a little bit, it's kind of jammed in the shop here, unfortunately. There's not a ton of room to work, but just kind of walk around and see if we can pick out any flaws. Looking down the side of it, no dents or dings that I can see down this side. I've been over the car with a paint meter. It seems to be all original paint. There's no obvious signs of any past damage. This I do know is not real carbon fiber. I do know that this was a wrap that was put on there. This is red underneath, same color as the rest of the body. This is factory carbon fiber back here, so this was all an option. Looking down the side of the car here, it's no dents or dings that I can see down the sides. As you can see, the fenders are indented, so that points to that's a factory option. I know it's denoted on the window sticker as well. There's no signs of anything major on the front clip going on. The front clip is covered in clear bra, so may or may not be able to see the line here, but the front bumper is covered in clear bra. I don't know if actually the hood is covered. So the hood is not, so it looks like only the front bumper is covered. The headlights, I think the headlights are, the headlights are covered. So it looks like the front bumper and the headlights are covered in clear bra, but it does not look like the hood is not and the fenders are not. So the finish of the paint is really nice. It's very on point. Any of the flat components here, which tend to collect the most rock chips, that's all covered there. Let me see if the mirrors are covered. The mirrors are not covered in clear bra. You can see here's the vents down the side. Again, looking down the side of the car, no dents or dings. Everything appears to be original paint. All four wheels, these are the optional wheels, along with the carbon ceramic brakes. You can kind of see how they look a little flaky in there, but carbon ceramic brakes. Back tires, these are date coded from 2019. They're all Michelins all the way around. This is also 2019. You can see the tread. The tread is excellent. I don't see any signs of, we're looking around a pole here, but I don't see any signs of curb damage on that wheel. The other rear wheel was totally fine as well. Red calipers, these are an option as well. These wheels are an option, and then obviously the brakes are an option also. This front tire is date coded from 2019. This wheel is also in excellent condition. Date coded tire from 2019. All right, so up until, I'm not really seeing much of any flaws on the car at this point. Looking at the front bumper, it looks like there's like a little spot here where a rock may have been picked up. Maybe right, a little spot right there where a rock had been picked up underneath the front bumper. If you feel around underneath, it looks like there's like looks like it was only on the plastic, but there was looks like somebody scraped a parking block at one point. It didn't get into the paint, it looks like, so the paint was not affected. Oh, parking sensors, these were an option as well. I do have the original window sticker, it's laminated. So the 256-503, so all of these are all kind of denoting the options that are on the car. We're inside the car, so on the passenger side, there's no weird smells or anything like that in here. So it doesn't, I know my client's not a smoker. The car does not smell like smoke, it just smells like furry leather, which is what it's supposed to smell like. Passenger seat looks great. Common point of wear is the driver's side, or the bolster here. on the entryway. That appears to be in nice condition. Thigh bolster down here is also very nice. So I'm not really seeing much of any signs of wear there. Looking at the door here, this door looks as it should. I'm noticing up here, there's very little, so these tend to get sun damaged. These tend to get sun damaged up here over time. You can see these right here. This appears to be like pulling maybe a little bit. It's hard to discern. I think it's, I think you can see maybe a touch here, maybe a little bit of bubbling right there, which does happen over time. So the only real wear that I've noticed on the car is on the binnacle up here. So you can see how there appears to be, see how this is a little bit wavy there, and that's from sun. A little bit of a wave right here too. I've seen that several times on California's. It's a fairly common deal, but it is a point of wear regardless. Driver's side bolster you can see in really nice condition, you know, for the year and the miles that are on there, but there is a slight, you can see a slight, maybe slight discoloring there, a little bit of a line there. Thigh bolster, maybe a touch of dirt in there, but nothing crazy. Try to get in here. I know we're kind of squeezed in between cars. So looking up here, nothing can be seen on the binnacle up there, but when you get a little bit further in, you can see there's just a little bit of a spot there. Right? It's just like pretty common issue. This could, I mean, here, if somebody wanted to replace this panel of leather, it's probably a couple $100 problem. Oh, also, if you look at the climate controls in here, this is a very common, like if you're familiar with Ferrari's sticky button issue, this is all like kind of that, like Ferrari calls it soft touch material, and it starts to delaminate over time and get a little sticky. You can see it's like starting right there. Some people's fingernails like digging into it over time. This can be fixed for a relatively minuscule amount of money, but it's beginning to get tacky. Like it starts to, it's not going to get better. It gets nothing but worse over time. So it would either be refinished or just have the sticky, you know, finish completely removed, and it would just be kind of essentially like a hard plastic. On here, there's this touch of wear that shows on the reverse button. So there's nothing. It's not sticky or anything there, but you can just see a hint of wear on there. Put the key in. All right, so this is a cold start. Car hasn't been started for a little bit. When you hit the start buttons right there, you can see the tack is red. Oh, it won't let me start it because let's see this right here. I have the battery tender plugged into the back. Climbed all the way in here. Let's see, so what we'll do. Alright, I'm gonna climb out the other side and see if I can get in that way. Moving around to the back, so we keep everything on tenders here because Ferraris are very voltage sensitive cars, so it's important when you're not using them to keep them on tenders. So the tender's right there, so that can be unplugged. So it's got the wind deflector, it's got owner's manuals and everything back here. So I'm gonna go ahead and that's all like soft close, so that'll just kind of close on its own. Over. Okay. And back to where we were. Put the key in. Hit the start button. This is a cold start. Check engine light will go away. Ferraris will leave the check engine light on for a second while it does all of its system checks. And then assuming there's no issues, the light will go away, but it does take a few seconds. So yeah, there it goes. So totally normal there. Park light right there is just because the parking brake is set. This just denotes the lights are on. This denotes that my seatbelt is not on. So there's exhaust baffles that will open and close in these cars. So I think it's below 4,500 RPM. They tend to be pretty quiet. But nevertheless, great car. You can change the driving modes here. So it's in sport, comfort. You can turn the traction control off. In order to stop it, just hit the stop button or hit the stop start button there. You turn the key and to release it. Everything works exactly the way it should. And again, it's still under warranty for, I would have to double check and see how much time, but it is still fully factory covered. This has the optional steering wheel with the carbon fiber wheel with the LEDs. So there's little LED shift lights on here when the lights go all the way over. That means it's at red line and it's time to shift, which is it's a very cool option. Somewhat rare in California, but not too terribly rare, but still pretty neat regardless. But overall, it's extremely clean. It's a very well cared for example. Yeah, excellent condition overall. This is really the major only point of wear, that along with the sticky buttons, but exterior wise, there's very few flaws to speak of.